And in my ideal world, they'll bring that anime back and I'll reprise my role. But who knows? Yes, all the way in the back.
Yeah, I have a question. In between the voice acting you guys do and you and other ones, games and anime, how do you guys find the time and how popular it is to be rolled into the video game while also doing anime as well?
How difficult is it to be?
I mean, more like, how popular is it to be in the video game industry and at the same time anime as well?
Oh, they coincide together, like, yeah.
How do you find the time in that as well, too?
It's the same thing for us because it's voiceover work. And so whether we're working on a video game, an anime, a commercial, a TV show, a movie, you know, it's all voiceover work to us, so it all melds together. Like Richard Epcar is so funny. I follow him on Twitter and on Facebook, and today he'll just sit there and list, and he's like, today I played a pirate, a monster, a dog, a this, you know, that, and he'll list off all of these different things that he plays, and that's because that's what he does. And it can be in a video game, an anime, in a cartoon, you know, whatever. So that all kind of coincides. Really what the challenge is scheduling all of the voiceover sessions that we have, because a lot of times this studio wants to schedule you at 12 noon on Wednesday, so does this studio, and then you have to, like, that type of stuff goes on. Yeah?
So, like, how did you get into voice acting? Was it always, like, something you wanted to do, or did you, like, just wake up and decide, oh, hey, I'm going to be a voice actor, like, one day?
You know, I had, ever since I was a little kid, had done stupid voices, and I used to, like, seriously, like, annoy the crap out of my mom doing dumb voices, and so I had always just done that, and I had moved to New York City, and I was acting, and I was on stage doing stand-up and sketch, and when I got that first voiceover agent, it just kind of, like, came naturally, and, you know, ultimately, I do a lot of things. You know, I'm not just a voice actor. The voice acting just happens to be what I'm most well known for. But it's also a passion of mine. I enjoy it. It's something that, you know, I have done silly voices since I was a kid. I'm good at it. And so, you know, it's just something that, a skill and a talent that I've honed over a long time. Yes, I'm a lot older than you. Yeah.
So kind of going back to the screening thing from earlier, what do you do, like, before, during, and after when you're preparing for a role that you know is going to be vocal intensive, so you can't find out?
Okay, we call those the throat rippers. True. And so what we do is we will make sure to stay hydrated, and then this is the most important bit of advice. Well, there's two things. There's two things. First is use your head voice. Do you sing?
Yes.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. Use your head voice. So when you're screaming, go up and out, not out here. Because you'll go hoarse in 10 minutes here, as opposed to you scream up and out, and you'll be able to scream for 4 hours. Then the most important bit of advice that I can give you, schedule your throat rippers on Fridays. To give yourself the weekend to recover. That's the best bit of advice that I can say.
And now I'm prepared for torture tomorrow.
There you go. There you go. Awesome. Blue hair.
What would your dream role be if you were to be cast?
My dream role?
Yeah, like, if you could pick any anime, any character to voice them, either again or now.
Probably a character that doesn't get killed.
Red House, the whole 20,000 episodes.
I know.
It's in every single one.
It's the worst. No, you know what? I would love to just have a leading role in an awesome series like The Simpsons. You know, where, like, literally you're getting paid fat stacks and you're going in and having fun and you know, and you know that that's a series that's going on for 25 years. You know, like, talk about job security. And that's one of the toughest parts about this industry is that if you're going into voice acting for job security, good luck with that. You know. You had a question. Go ahead. Yeah.
Over the years, what would you say is your favorite anime?
Favorite anime. Bebop is a great one. I liked Star Blazers growing up. Did anybody see that? Loved Star Blazers. That was one of my favorites. Yes, our generation. I loved Star Blazers. That was a great one. Speed Racer. So all of those classics I was really into. There's one, and I'll pimp it because I'm in it. But it's also a really good series, but it just never got the play that it deserved. One called Gun Sword, or Gun X Sword. And what happened, such a good series. I just love the show. And Geneon went under right as it was being promoted and released. And then Funimation picked it up like 5 years afterward, but it just kind of got buried. But if you have a chance, if you're looking for an anime and you haven't seen one, you're looking for something good, I recommend it.
Do you play Viral with Heroes?
I have not. I have not played Heroes.
Oh, the voting's on that play.
You did?
Yeah, it's a
Thank you. I was following it for a little bit. And I saw him beat a couple of them, but didn't know that he lost.
I apologize for stuttering.
It's all good. We all do it.
I love your work on Durara. The things I wanted to ask is, what was it like coming back for the later seasons? And you mentioned a lot earlier about what you're acting about bringing your own interpretations to the character. So could you talk a little bit about what you like to interpret or what you feel you brought to Seiji? Because I freaking love him.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's so much fun. I just love him because he'd be so sincere and wonderful, and he also makes me piss myself in terror sometimes.
You know, Seiji, for those of you who haven't watched Durarara, is a 15-year-old in love with a disembodied pet. You know, honestly, like I have to say for Durarara, because it's such a convoluted story. There's so much going on with that anime, and that's why I love anime so much. Is because it's the storytelling, it's just great storytelling. But one of the things with Seiji is that he's kind of a jerk, right? And so I had to rely heavily on Hiroe Tsukamoto, which is one of the directors, one of the producers over at Animazment. So Hiroe and Alex Von David is directing the series. And so with this storyline going the way it is, I have to say that, I enjoyed the creepiness, because there's definitely a creep factor, a sincere creep factor. I like how he's so just, is it Mika, right?
Yes.
He's so rude to her. Yeah. he's so rude. But I like the sincerity in that at the same time. So I don't know.
He really did try to get Mikado, but it wasn't that he's just as sincere when he's doing good things as he is when he's doing terrible things.
Yeah.
That's what how human he and all the other characters are in that regard.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what makes it fun. That's what makes the show so good.
It's
because
it
is. It's a very human factor. I was actually just on the phone with Daryl Gilbo, who voices, who does he voice in Durarara? Mikado, yeah. Daryl, great guy. Good actor, yeah.
What's the most difficult role you've had in your career?
The most difficult role that I've had in my career? I would probably say that Senkatsu was pretty challenging. Even though, like, when you hear him, it doesn't sound like it's very, very challenging. It's just because we knew the show was going to be a big deal. And so Hiroe and Alex, once again, the power team, were working on it with us. And they were just like, we're going to do this 20,000 times until it's perfect. And so that was pretty challenging, making sure that everything was perfect with that role. The pronunciation had to be perfect. Everything had to be perfect. We went back and re-recorded the same scene between me and Erica Mendez, Ryuko and Senkatsu. We recorded the same scene over and over and over again over the period of 3 weeks because it wasn't perfect. Until literally, we almost gave up on it. Like Alex was like, yeah, we got it. And then finally, at the end of one last session, he's like, okay, you want to try again? And I was like, yeah. And we went back, and the magic one popped out, and this scene that wasn't working and didn't work, worked. And it was because of one little inflection in how I said whatever it was that I said to her. And we had tried it a million different ways. And so that was probably one of the most challenging shows that I had worked on. They really, really wanted it perfect. Go ahead.
Do you have any stories, funny stories, interacting with fans or when you were recording?
Interacting with fans while I was recording?
Or when you were recording, like in the recording.
interacting with fans in the recording room? Yeah. I'm sorry. This skull is really thick. Oh, like good fan interaction stories and then stories from the booth?
Yes.
Okay, yes, I do. I'll tell you, I got actually a couple of my stories. In a fan interaction that I had, this was great. I was in Houston, Texas, and I was just coming back from dinner. And I was walking through the hotel lobby, and this young man looks at me and he goes, "Hey, you're the voice for Grimjaw." And I said, "Well, yes, I am." And he goes, "Hey, man, can you do me a favor?" And I said, "Sure, what's up?" And he goes, "My best friend is here, and his girlfriend broke up with him. And he's really sad, and she's here with another guy, and he won't leave the hotel room. He's a huge fan of yours. Will you please stop by the hotel room and say something to him to cheer him up?" Normally, that's a big, I'm not going to the hotel room. But, you know, I had my handler with me. It was cool. It was dudes. It's fine. So I go up to this hotel room, and he's like, we're outside the door, and he's like, "Stay here." So I'm standing outside the hotel room. He opens the door, and there's probably like 20 dudes in this, crammed into this hotel room. And the smell coming out of it. Whoa! All right. And so, at any rate, so he comes in, he's motioning for me to come in, so I'm sneaking into this hotel room, stinky hotel room. And he's like, "This is him." And so there's this dude who's built like The Rock. He's just like, he'll kill you. Like, look at him, you know? And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I don't want to meet this guy in a dark alley. And so he's sitting on the bed just moping. And so I go up behind him and I go, "Cheer up, Soul Reaper!" And he looks up at me with his muscles and he goes, "Oh my God. I'm melting into these sheets."